speaking of teachers, as seen on Wycombe High TV news recently, that Wycombe High is the proud, I was going to say owner, I don't think it's the right word at all, of the fittest teacher in Europe. They can certainly lay claim to that. And Maddy Harris, I'm very pleased to say, joins us this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining us. It must be a great sense of pride for you to be classed in such a way. How did this come about?
So I compete in a sport called CrossFit, and I've just started my competitive season. And they sort of rank. You go through a few workouts, and they rank you by occupation as well. And I'm very grateful that I've managed to achieve Fittest Teacher in the UK and Europe. We had to do 3 workouts over 3 weeks, testing different elements of fitness, and yeah, somehow made it to the top.
So how does it actually work? What's involved?
So you're tested over a variety of workouts. So they CrossFit itself, the sporting body, publish a workout Thursday evening, and you have over the weekend to complete this workout to the best of your ability. So for example, I had a maximal strength workout where I had to do a max clean and jerk, if you know what that is in weightlifting. And then I also had a rowing test. So I had to row as fast as I could. And over those different components, they then rank the best overall athlete.
So this is obviously something which takes a lot of training as well, in between your actual teaching, I imagine, as well. It must be tricky to schedule all that in.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. So I don't like the mornings, but I'm up at 5 a.m. to do my training before school, and then straight after school I'm back in the gym and training after school as well. It's pretty intense.
So what's been your reaction from the students? As we say, you're featured on Wycombe High TV, obviously very, very impressed that they've got a teacher who's rated in such high esteem.
Oh, they're great. They're really lovely. I couldn't do it without their support, to be honest. A lot of them come up to me like, "Oh, Miss, I hear you're a really strong bodybuilder," and stuff like that. And they don't think they expect it of me, but it's very sweet. They're really supportive. They always want to watch my videos. They always ask me to show them like some of my training moves, or I'll be in a lesson, they'll be like, do some press ups and some fun things like that. So yeah, they're good fun. They're really supportive about it.
It probably doesn't feel like it. It must be so inspirational for youngsters to see, someone like yourself doing so well, and perhaps hopefully to encourage them to get into more fitness as well.
Yeah, I've actually had students ask about the training that I do and join local gyms to do the kind of training. And like you say, and it's a bit unbelievable, but yeah, I think that it's nice to know that some of them want to follow in my footsteps and do that sort of competitive training. Certainly in the sport that is predominant, like male dominated, like with weightlifting. So I really like the fact that the girls are seeing me, a female, sort of get into weightlifting, strength-based sports, and are inspired to do it, because I think traditionally, certainly in a girls' school, they can be a bit scared of the weightlifting and sort of more male-dominated sports. So I like that stereotype is starting to go, and if I've contributed towards that, that makes me quite proud.
As you say, really great that girls can sort of look up to you and say that it is possible for them to perhaps do the same one day themselves.
Yeah, like you say, a few of them have. I know if they've left school, they've sort of reached out and said that they're starting to do it now, which is great. That's like amazing, in my opinion.
So what's next for you in terms of your competition?
Next stage, quarterfinal round that I qualified for, is next week. And I've got, again, a series of workouts over a few days, and then hopefully off to Germany in June for the next stage. And then the World Championships will be in America if I qualify. I think my fingers are crossed. That's the end goal, to get to the World Championships, and yeah, push to be ranked maybe fittest teacher in the world at some point. Europe's good, but world's the goal.
World domination, that's what we're going for. Well, it's a fantastic achievement. Has it sort of surprised you as well, how kind of quickly you've progressed?
It has surprised me in that, because I've got a lot of the people I'm up against don't have a job, that they're being an athlete is their full-time job. So the fact that I've managed to achieve what I've achieved alongside my teaching, which those who know the job is pretty demanding. So the fact that over the last few years I've managed to get, like I say, my ranking as fittest in the UK, fittest in Europe, and I'm still improving is, like I say, quite unbelievable. I sort of have to take a step back and look how cool it is sometimes.
No, definitely. And as you say, a real great advert for both yourself and the school and kind of that whole kind of fitness message as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just gonna keep plugging it with the support from the school, the staff, the girls. Like I say, if it means a few students sort of follow in my footsteps and do what they're doing with their sports or continue it on to my age, I'm not old, but I think at the age of 30 that they can see you can still be that active and the top of your sport and being ranked in those sort of positions. Hopefully they'll just keep it up, and like lifelong engagement in the sport is great. I think a lot of people think when school's over, sport's over. It's not. I picked up this sport after school and I'm now performing my best in my 30s. So hopefully they learn that as well.
So how did you kind of get started, if you like?
Interestingly, through injury. I did a bit of swimming. I was 20 years old, so it was about 10 years ago. And I had an injury, so I couldn't swim. And someone I knew at university said, do the weightlifting. And I said, absolutely not. Girls don't do weightlifting, not for me. And then to rehab my injury, because I had a fractured hip, the doctor actually said, go and do some weightlifting. It might be good for your hip. And reluctantly I did, and I haven't looked back since. I have been training in the sport since I was 20, and I also own my own gym, CrossFit gym, and I coach others as well. So I do that alongside teaching. I own a gym and coach a gym. I've never looked back. I love it. And yeah, I fell into it through injury. And all I can do is, if people are listening and they're not sure about weight training, go and do it. It's one of the best things for you.
I was going to say, because it's incredible. I think it's just like anything, I guess, just taking that first step, because you initially think, oh, this is a bit heavy, and you think, oh, I can lift this.
Yeah, and it's scary. It's with any sport, it's scary to start. But something like weightlifting, where failure happens, I say failure, like, happens relatively often. And if you haven't lifted weights before, it's a scary thing. But just go and do it. Everyone has to start somewhere. I have athletes come to me in their 60s or really young, who've never trained before, who have done previous training before. It's for everyone. So a little bit of a plug, just take that first step and it'll be absolutely fine, I promise you, and it will do wonders to health.
It's a really good message, actually, because as you say, especially sort of women and girls, or perhaps even older people, might think, this is not for me, but it just shows that it's open to all, really. Open
to everyone. Yeah, I have such varying athletes, and like I say, predominantly I'd say it's females. Get females. It's for you as well. It's not just men in the gym. Don't be afraid if you go into a gym and get your funny looks, whatever, like, go and outlift the guys. We can. And I say older people as well, you can start anywhere with it. You're not too old, you're not too young, you're not too unfit. You have to start somewhere. So just go for it.
And something that's really accessible. You don't need too much in the way of equipment. You can just go along to your local gym.
Oh yeah, local gym. They'll have anything. You can use dumbbells, just empty barbell. Any gym will have even body weight to start off with. You don't need load of equipment to do it or get into it. Like I say, look up CrossFit, look up weightlifting online. If anything, if you're too nervous to go into a gym, you can even do some home stuff to begin with weights you find in your home. Like, you can use a water bottle. That's a bit of weight. If you're too nervous to get straight into a gym, it's accessible to anyone. Just, like I say, walk into any gym, have a little look online, and there'll be something there for you.
What about a can of beans at each end of oven gloves? That's a good way to start.
Yeah, I think that came from lockdown.
I think that's that, again, one really positive thing that's come out of the pandemic is that people are sort of trying things that they didn't think they could possibly do before.
Yeah, definitely. We actually I've seen a big surge in people joining post-lockdown. I think with the extra time people had, they sort of found these home workouts and different things, and like you say, can of beans and lifting that, and that's then developed onto joining a gym and lifting actual weights. I've definitely seen an increase in participation since lockdown, so it's a good thing. Definitely a good thing.
And so many other benefits as well, not just sort of strength improvement, but other aspects to your health as well.
Oh yeah, so socially, I mean, I'm fairly certain that some of the members in my gym come for the social, not for the training. You'll meet people. It's a community with open arms. I literally I have conversations with people quite regularly that just join because I just want to meet a new group of people, I want to make new friends. I've moved here, so they come in and yeah, they get a good workout out of it. But social benefit, they make new friends. It's a nice hour to just let off steam. Like the so many health benefits, I could go on and on, but definitely social benefits and mental benefits alongside the physical ones for sure.
So what do you recommend as sort of a first step? What should people do to sort of get involved?
Just go find a weightlifting gym, find a CrossFit gym, go and have a chat. Don't even go with the intention to necessarily lift a weight. Just go in there, see what it's all about, because I promise you, when you walk in there, you won't realize it's that scary. It's not all muscly people. It's your everyday person just going to have a bit of fun, get a bit healthier and make some friends. Just get in there. Like I say, don't go to train, just go in to say hello. And that's the first step.
Well, it's a really inspirational story. Congratulations on what you've achieved so far.
Thank you.
All the best for your next stage of competition, and I look forward to hearing about your world domination.
Oh, I'll keep you updated on how it goes.
Maddy Harris from Wycombe High, officially Europe's fittest teacher, speaking to us here at Wycombe Sound.
Online, on radio player, and on 106.6 FM.